Imagine this. You don't lose the love of your life because she cheated. You don't lose her because the relationship collapsed. You lose her because you hesitated. Because when she needed you the most, you looked at her pain and questioned whether you still wanted her. You didn't slam the door. You didn't scream. You didn't even leave that day. You just said one sentence, and that sentence erased 2 years of love. Now the apartment is quiet. The kitchen is still, and the silence is screaming louder than any argument ever did. This is the story of a man who learned, too late, that the grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. I'm 42 years old, and the first time I truly loved a woman, I let her walk out of my life. We were together for almost 2 years. We lived together for more than one. She wasn't just my girlfriend. She was my home. She loved me in a way I didn't even know how to receive properly. The kind of love that doesn't keep score. The kind of love that shows up quietly, consistently, every day. When I was going through my own dark period, depression, confusion, feeling lost in my own life, she stayed. She supported me, encouraged me, believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. She didn't try to fix me. She just stood next to me while I figured myself out. And I thought, this is normal. This is what relationships are. I didn't realize I was being loved exceptionally. Then one day, the balance shifted. She started struggling. Nothing dramatic. Nothing explosive. Just quiet exhaustion. Emotional heaviness. The kind of pain you only share with the person you trust the most. She opened up to me. And instead of stepping closer, I pulled away. Not physically, emotionally. I started questioning everything. Am I really happy? What if there's someone better out there? Am I settling? That thought, what if there's someone better? It sat in the back of my mind like poison. I didn't even realize how dangerous it was. One night during a conversation that wasn't even a fight, I said it. I'm not sure I want to be in this relationship anymore. I didn't yell. I didn't mean to end things. But to her, it sounded like abandonment. She didn't beg. She didn't argue. She packed her things, everything she had, in my house. And she left. No drama. No goodbye speech. Just gone. No contact. No closure. I thought I was fine. Actually, I thought I was free. That same day, I downloaded dating apps. I told myself I was moving on. That this was proof I hadn't settled. Coffee dates, drinks, dinners, hookups. And every time I met someone new, I told myself, see, she's cute. See, I could be happier. See, I didn't lose anything special. But here's the truth I didn't want to face. None of them were hurt. 8 months later, the illusion shattered. No one cooked like she did. No one danced in the kitchen. No one laughed the way she laughed. No one looked at me the way she did. Like I was chosen, not tolerated. She wanted me. Deeply. Completely. And I mistook that kind of love for something common. I thought all women would love me like that. They won't. That kind of love is once in a lifetime. If you're lucky. And I realized it only after she was gone. 8 months. That's how long it took for the noise to stop. At first, being single felt loud. Busy. Distracting. New faces, new conversations, new bodies. I told myself I was healing. I told myself this was growth. But in reality, I was running. Running from silence. Running from responsibility. Running from the truth. Because the truth only appears when there's nothing left to distract you. And one day, it did. It happened in the most ordinary moment. I came home, dropped my keys, sat down, and for the first time since she left, the apartment felt empty. Not quiet. Empty. I noticed things I hadn't noticed before. The chair where she used to sit. The corner of the kitchen where she danced while cooking. The spot on the couch where she curled her legs under her. Even the dog. Our dog would sit by the door sometimes, waiting. He adored her. Honestly, I think he loved her more than he loved me. And that's when it hit me. I didn't lose her because the relationship failed. I lost her because I failed the relationship. I started replaying everything. Her being patient when I was distant. Her listening when I was lost. Her staying when I gave less and less. And the moment she needed me. The moment she finally leaned on me. I told her I wasn't sure I wanted her. I called that honesty. But now I see it for what it was. Selfishness. Fear. Emotional immaturity. I wasn't brave enough to show up for her pain. So I questioned the relationship instead. And here's the cruel irony. The reason I felt like I was settling was because she loved me without conditions. I confused peace with boredom, stability with limitation, devotion with something replaceable. I truly believed that love like hers was normal, that it was abundant, that if I walked away, I'd find it again without effort. I was wrong, so painfully wrong, because love like that isn't common. It's rare, and it doesn't wait forever. I thought about reaching out to her hundreds of times, but I didn't. Part of me was ashamed. Part of me was afraid. And part of me still believed I didn't deserve another chance. But eventually, the pain outweighed the fear. I broke no contact. I wrote her. Not casually. Not vaguely. I told her everything. How much I loved her. How deeply I regretted my choices. How I finally understood what I had lost. I didn't ask for forgiveness. I didn't ask her to come back. I just told the truth. Fully, honestly, without defense. She replied, and my heart stopped when I read her words. She told me she was seeing someone. Not deeply in love. Not the way she loved me. But she was trying. And then she said something that shattered me more than her leaving ever did. I don't know if I can trust my heart with you again. You hurt me too deeply. I wanted to argue, to explain, to promise, to beg, but I couldn't, because she was right. Trust isn't rebuilt with words. Love isn't repaired with regret. I asked for a second chance, without having truly earned it yet. That night I didn't sleep. Not because I missed her body. Not because I was lonely. But because I finally understood the weight of my actions. I also realized another mistake. I had let my family and friends believe she was the reason the relationship ended. I didn't correct them. I let them comfort me, based on a lie. Only recently did I tell my brother the truth, and saying it out loud, admitting my failures without excuses. Hurt, but it also did something else. It stripped away my illusions. I stopped seeing myself as the victim. And that's when real accountability began. Because here's the hardest truth of all. Love doesn't die when someone leaves. It dies when someone stops showing up. And I stopped showing up long before she walked out the door. There is a special kind of pain that comes when you realize no one betrayed you. No one lied. No one cheated. No one destroyed what you had. You did. And the worst part isn't the loss. It's the clarity. The clarity that arrives too late. I spent weeks asking myself the same question over and over. What if I had supported her the way she supported me? What if I had stayed instead of doubting? What if I had watered what we had instead of looking over the fence? But life doesn't offer rewinds. It only offers lessons. I finally understood something I wish I had learned earlier. Love is not a feeling you have. It's a responsibility you accept. And I didn't. When she told me she couldn't trust her heart with me again, it wasn't punishment. It was self-respect. And for the first time, I respected her more than I wanted her back. Because if I truly loved her, I wouldn't ask her to risk her healing for my redemption. I had to face another truth. Wanting someone back is not the same as being ready for them. I hadn't done the work yet. Not the real work. Therapy, silence, celibacy, sitting with discomfort instead of escaping it. Learning why I run when love asks me to stay. So I stopped reaching out. Not because I stopped loving her, but because love sometimes means letting go. I stopped telling myself stories where we reunited. I stopped fantasizing about do-overs. And I started asking a harder question. Who do I need to become? So I never repeat this again. Not for her. For myself. Because if I don't change, I don't just lose her. I lose every version of love that comes after. The grass was never greener on the other side. It was greener where someone was watering it every single day. And I walked away from the person who held the hose. If this story reaches you while you're still with someone who loves you, really loves you, listen carefully. Don't confuse peace with boredom. Don't confuse loyalty with limitation. Don't confuse devotion with something you can replace. And if the person beside you opens their heart and shows you their pain, don't step back. Step closer. Because some lessons only teach once. And once you learn them, it's already too late.